Hi Paul, so this is just a quick video on how to access your website and make simple text changes. So first of all, I've sent you an email with a link and a username and password. If you click on the link, pop in your username and password, then click sign me in. That will bring you to this screen here. You can ignore anything on the right hand side about payments due. There's no payments due. I'm not sure why that appears, but just ignore that. Come across over to the left hand side where it says websites and click here. That will bring you to this screen where you have a thumbnail of your website, and then down below that we have edit website. Click on that. That will then load Bramble, which is the software that I've used to build the website. It can take up to 30 seconds to load depending on your connection speed, but when it does load, it will load the home page to start with. So the first thing to say is you can log into this and have a play around and just don't publish the changes so you won't do any damage. So yeah, have a little look around and only publish changes when you're happy. The first thing to note is you'll see lots of strange symbols and things repeated like the image slider. Just ignore anything like that. They're just the way that things are set for computers, tablets and phones. You can just scroll past those. Everything that you come to and you click, for example, this text box, you're then able to edit the different elements within that. So much like a Word document, you could go in and reword, make changes to that as much as you want to, add more text, paste text in from a Word file, anything like that. So you'd make any changes, you have an undo button if you didn't mean to make changes. If you make a mistake, so if we accidentally delete something we didn't mean to, you can obviously do the undo button, but another thing you can do is leave without clicking publish. So for this, I won't click publish at the top. I'll just leave the website. I'll go back in and you'll see there's no damage been done to the website at all. It hasn't saved that change that I've just made. So that's just something you know, that if you've made a mistake or you're not quite sure what you've done, basically don't publish the changes and then the site will be intact and everything will be fine. So yeah, that's kind of the basics of navigating around. So I would leave any image changes to me. If you want to change the image sliders, I would leave that for me for the time being, just because it involves a bit of Photoshop work, because ideally you want to resize and compress each image before they're uploaded. But yeah, you'd be able to go in and make some changes. Same with everything you click in the footer areas. Everything you click, you're then able to, if you want to change the company number or change your email address or change your phone or anything like that. And then finally, and you scroll right back up to the top where it says index. If you click that, you can then see all of your pages on the website. So for example, if you wanted to go to the landlord's page, you click on that. You'd then be able to go in and alter this text. Forms are a bit more tricky. Again, if you want to change any forms, I'll just leave that for me for the time being. I can cover that separately if you want to, but if you want to change the form, I'd leave that for me for now. Same with the images. But yeah, you just go through, make any changes that you want to make. When you're happy with the changes, you hit the green publish button. And then when you refresh the site, it normally takes around about 20-30 seconds. Refresh it a couple of times and the site will then update to show that you've done that. Yeah, and there's some old pages on here you can ignore. So if there's pages you're not sure what they are, or they're not described very well, you just ignore those. There's some old ones on there which I'll just remove at some point. And then if we service a landlord page, again, you could go in and alter the cost, or you could go and change all these bullet points as you wanted to. You can change these little drop down bits. It's a bit fiddly, so what you have to do is click on the little lines here. Then you have to click this area here and you have to open it up. Then you'd make any changes that you want to make within that. And then you then have to then go back and then close it again so it remains closed. Then you would make a publish and that would then change then. And that's the same for each area. So each one you'd click, you'd use the little 3 lines button, you'd open up the tab, you'd make any alterations you wanted to make, then at the end you'd close the tab and then you'd publish. So yeah, pretty straightforward. We're basically on this video getting you access to the website and making sure you can make simple text changes. If you want to edit forms or you want to talk about images, I can do that separately. But my advice at the moment really is leave me to do that. Same as if you have property to add, let me set the first one up for you. And then obviously I can do a video covering how you'd set future ones up. You do have half an hour a month of free support from me. So obviously that support's there for things that you can't do. But yeah, hopefully this helps and gives you basic access. And thanks for watching.